Welcome back to our decluttering challenge. It is week 3, and this week we're tackling papers. I don't know about you, but this is an area that I have always struggled. My personal preference is to throw all of the papers away. I hate paper clutter in my house, and nothing would make me happier than to just get rid of all of it. But as responsible adults, that is something we definitely can't do. Some papers you have to keep around. Things like birth certificates and passports and contracts and tax documents, and oh my gosh, my head hurts just thinking about it. Marie Kondo says that you should have 3 categories for your papers. The first category is things that need attention. The second category is things you need to keep long-term, like contracts or identification documents. And the third category is things you might need to keep short-term, things like tax documents or something that you only need to keep until an event is over. Beyond that, don't waste your time categorizing it anymore unless you're the type of person that needs to access your papers frequently. Keep it simple. Things like instruction manuals can be found online these days. Your bills can be found online. A lot of these things you don't need to keep a physical copy of. You also can always just scan something and save it on your computer. So get creative about trying to minimize as much paperwork as you can, because your life will be happier without all the paper. So today we're going to look at the sad state of affairs of the paperwork in my house currently. Then I'm going to show you how we purge everything and categorize it. And finally, we'll see how organized it is when we're all done. Let's get started. Step 1 is to sort the papers into my 3 categories. That's what I'm going to do right now. I looked for these Santa pictures all Christmas. Couldn't find them anywhere. Right here. The hardest part about the paper category is that once you're done, you have to actually maintain your system in order for it to be effective. We constantly have more papers coming into our house, whether we want them to or not. You have to have a system to actually maintain your paperwork, or else it's just going to fall back into clutter again. Here's what we're doing. We keep a small metal basket in our kitchen, and that's where paperwork goes immediately upon entering the house. Then, once a month, I have an alarm set on my phone for us to go through with the basket and deal with everything. Anything that hasn't been handled yet is going to get taken care of immediately and then thrown away or filed. Anything that we actually need to keep will just get filed with the other categories of things that need to be kept. For our paperwork that we need to keep, I like to keep a filing cabinet in our laundry room. It keeps me a little more organized, and since we run a business out of the house, it helps to actually have filing drawers. If you don't have enough papers in your home to warrant needing a filing cabinet, I recommend just getting one of those plastic expandable folders that has a few different dividers in it. Throw your papers in there and keep it somewhere easy to access. Then it's super simple for you to file everything each month, and you're a little more likely to stay on top of it. So that's papers. This is a pretty simple week, but I really feel like if you spend the time to actually get your papers organized, you may just feel like it's life-changing. It is so nice to not constantly have paper clutter all over the house. Next week, we're gonna dive into the kimono category. This is where we talk about everything else in our house that we haven't covered yet. I'm gonna be splitting it up into 2 different videos, one just for the kitchen and one for everything else. If you love this video, be sure to like it and comment below to let me know how you're doing. Then be sure to click subscribe so you're the first to know about new videos. I'll see you next week.